Hello friends, dear students. Today's topic is cosets and index, and it is the part of subgroup. This topic is helpful for honors and past students of mathematics in college. Cosets and index, and this is the part of subgroup. So about knowing these two topics, we have to clear idea about subgroup first. Now, what is coset? Let capital H be a subset of group H. Let capital H be a subset of group G. Okay. And let A be any element of capital G. Like that. If capital G is group and capital H is that, okay, and small a be any element, what I say, and let small a is be an element of G of capital G. Okay, then the subset then the subset then the subset small a H, where small h belongs to capital H, then the subset AH is called left coset. Left coset of H, left coset of H in G. Left coset of H in G. Okay, and it is denoted by small a capital H. Okay, that is where we can say small a capital H contains a small h type of elements, where small h belongs to capital H. In picture, small h is any element of capital H and small a belongs to G. Okay, so here a is in the left side of H, so this coset is called left coset. In case of right coset, we can write it like capital H, right side A, and this is the form of element like HA, where small h belongs to capital H. Okay, belongs to capital H. This is right coset and this is left coset. For other elements also, we have left cosets like small bh, small ch, small dh for any elements of B, C, D in the group, where in the group G, and also right cosets like HB, HC, HD, and so on. And clear about this type of left or right coset is for multiplicative group, where group operation is denoted by multiplicative group. But for additive group, where group operation is addition. We have left cosets like a plus h, okay, like b plus h, c plus h, etc. It is left coset of additive group, left coset. And right cosets be like h plus a, h plus b, h plus c, and so on. It is right cosets of additive group. This is the main concept of coset. Okay. Now we have to know about the theorems of cosets. Theorem is like, I just say about the statements of the theorem. Kindly watch it in your own book, and if any problem, then can message me to WhatsApp group or in YouTube comments. Theorem 1. Let G be a group. Let G be a group and H be its subgroup. Be its subgroup. And small h belongs to capital H. And small h belongs to capital H. Then we have small h into capital H equals to capital H. Let G be a group and capital H be its subgroup, and small h belongs to capital H, then small h into capital H equals to capital H. Please check the proof in your own book. If face any problem, I again say that can message me in WhatsApp group or comment G be a group and H be its subgroup and capital H be its subgroup. And small a is any element of G minus capital H. That is, if either G is that group and H is that subgroup, then A must belongs to G minus H. That is here, like a ring. Here can exist A subgroup and small a belongs to G minus H. Then we can write small a capital H intersection capital H is equal to 5. Okay, the proof is very easy, you can see in book. The theorem 3 is let G be a group and H be its subgroup. H be its subgroup. Then any two left coset. Then any two left coset of H in G is either identical or distinct. Is either identical or distinct. Okay. Okay, I will now say about the theorem 4. Theorem 4 said about let G be a group and H be its subgroup, the same line, that G be a group and H be its subgroup, the same line here also, and A comma B belongs to G, then H equals to BH, this left coset and this left coset will be equal if and only if A inverse B belongs to H. That is, either this happens, it must happens, and conversely if it happens, this must happens. Okay. Now theorem number 5 say in the same writing, let G be a group and H be its subgroup. Okay, and also A comma B belongs to G, also A comma B belongs to G. Okay, then B belongs to, then B belongs to B belongs to AH if and only if A inverse B belongs to capital H. What I said, let G be a group and H be its subgroup, and A comma B belongs to G, then B belongs to left coset AH, it is also left coset, B belongs to AH if and only if A inverse B belongs to H. Now I will discuss about the Lagrange theorem, the most important theorem, the Lagrange theorem. You can write it theorem number 6 or Lagrange theorem. What is the Lagrange theorem say about? The order of every subgroup of a finite group, the order of every subgroup, the order of every subgroup of a finite group, of a finite group G is an divisor of order of G, is an divisor, is a divisor, is a divisor of order of G, order of G. The order of every subgroup of a finite group G is a divisor of order of G. That is, H is a subgroup like that. Then order of H must be divides order of G. This is the main topic. Okay. Now I will discuss about index. Now what is index? It can write index of H in G. Actually we find the index of H. What is H? H is a subgroup of G. So we find index of H in G. What is it? Let G be a group. Let G be a group and H be a subgroup. Let G be a group and H be a subgroup. Then number of distinct left coset of H in G. What I say, that then number of distinct left cosets, number of distinct left cosets of H in G is called index of H, index of H in G. That is, একটা গ্রুপ G এর ভেতর একটা সাবগ্রুপ এইচ হলে সেই এইচের যতগুলি লেফট কোসেটের সংখ্যা, সেই সাংখ্যমানটিকে, সেই নাম্বারটিকে, সেই সাংখ্যমানটিকে বলা হয় হলো ইন্ডেক্স। কার ইন্ডেক্স? সেই সাবগ্রুপ এইচের ইন্ডেক্স জি এর ভেতরে, ইন্ডেক্স অফ এইচ ইন জি, অ্যান্ড ইট ইজ usually denoted by G is to H in third bracket. G is to H in third bracket. Like an example, if G is to H must be a numeric value, that if G is to H equals to 2, then it implies that there exist sign, there exist two distinct left cosets of H in G, okay, this denoted by this in third bracket G is to H. Now let us discuss some examples of cosets. Let G equals to z comma plus, that is an integer group with respect to addition, and we can easily say H like 3z comma plus is a subgroup of G. You can easily say, because the elements of G is like -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and so on. Here goes to minus infinity, here goes to plus infinity, and the element of 3z will be like -6, -3, 0, 3, 6, like so on. Here you can see this is the subset of G, and also follow the rules of the subgroups. So we can see that H is the subgroup of G. The left cosets are here we can see 0 plus H. 0 plus H is the first left coset. What is the reason? Here you can see here that is G, here is H, okay, here is H, and what we say already, that it is the element A for additive group. A plus H is the left coset, where A belongs to G anywhere, here the whole G, and we already can say that G belongs to G, as well as here 0 belongs to G, as well as 0 also belongs to H. So okay, this is the mandatory that 0 belongs to G, so 0 belongs to G, okay, 0 the value of A, and 0 plus H, so left coset, and the elements are here 3n, such that n belongs to Z. Elements 3n is actually H itself. Now the next left coset will be 1 plus H. Here also 1 belongs to G, so the next left coset will be 3n plus 1, such that n belongs to Z. Okay, 3n plus 1. Here you can see the elements of it's like putting 0 we have 1, putting 1 we have 4. It's like 1 4 and so on. Here the elements are 0 3 and so on. Here the elements are 1 4 and so on, and the last left cosets are 2 plus h, that is 3n plus 2, such that n belongs to z, and the elements are 2 5 8 and so on. You can see that these three sets cover the whole G, 0 1 2, 3 4 5, and after the 6 7 8 and so on. Okay, so three distinct left cosets are 0 plus h, 1 plus h, 2 plus h, and we again say it is an additive group, so left cosets are denoted by plus. Okay, here we have three distinct left cosets, so the index value of h, the index value of h in G is denoted by G is to h in third bracket, and the value will be 3. Here the index value 2, so we have two distinct left cosets. Here we have already find three distinct left cosets, so G is to h in third bracket will be the value 3. Okay, if G equals to z comma plus and h equals to 2z comma plus, then the distinct left cosets will be one is 0 plus 1, one is 0 plus h, and second will be 1 plus h. Okay, so here we can say that G is to h in third bracket will be the value 2. Here are two distinct left cosets. For next example, if G equals to r comma plus, that is r for real number, and h equals to z comma plus, then G is to h will be infinite, because here is infinite number of distinct left cosets, infinite number of distinct left cosets of h in G. Okay, so here the infinite number of index, the index number is infinite. Special observation, special observation, by Lagrange theorem, by Lagrange theorem we already discussed about this. By Lagrange's theorem, and including the topic index, we can say that the value of index will be, that is G is to h in third bracket, will be order of G divides by order of h, and this is the value of left cosets or index number of h in G. And one more special theorem, every group of prime order, every group of prime order is cyclic. Every group of prime order is cyclic. It can be proved by Lagrange theorem and the concept of cosets. Okay, and this theorem is very helpful for solving some mathematics, some problems. And last, these two, special observation and this special theorem, these two are very helpful to solve varieties type of problems, varieties type of sums in this topic. Okay, now I have completed the topic. I will send some PDF files in WhatsApp group. Please, please watch it and take the quick action to practice. If you have any problem about this topic, can message me in WhatsApp or can comment in YouTube channel video.